It feels like there's a very specific order in which you should do it. Chief Kara. Aww, love. Why are they lawful good and attacking us and part of this whole enslavement thing? Yeah, this is what I thought too. Looks really cool and kinda sus. Absolutely. Maybe it's like the kind of... What's wrong with our dinosaur? Well... Anyway. I was kinda hoping we could talk to them. Apparently not. Okay, this seems like a tougher fight, so let's try to summon things. It's never bad to ask for help. Dancing dinosaurs. Yes, my spell. Is it here? No. Where's my summon element spell for Sosiel? Did I unlearn it? Ah, here it is. Ah, there it is. Okay, I think they are crushing us. Or we'll just participate.
Are you still here?
Can you please don't do that? Okay, but they're at least kind of... Let's take the at least back.
Make every strike count.
It's wrong. This one is at least halfway down. This one down here is not. Brick.
This one's mine.
They're so dodgy.
Press the
On.
attack. Good guys always win.
Distract them from me. Time to share your treasures.
Let's try to focus on one so we can take one out and then the other.
Kneel before me.
This is not looking good. Oh boy. Didn't I fight like lots of them before?
Tactical retreat.
And I died.
No.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
That.
This one's
That.
mine.
Can I heal? Moderate wounds, Mars. Come on, die.
I got this.
Ouch.
Damn you.
The regeneration is really killing me. But since I can't figure out why this should give regeneration, I don't really know how to stop it. Ah, there it is. Regeneration 10 that is negated by electrical damage or adamantine weapons. Do I have electrical damage? I don't think so. I have lightning bolts. Hey, that could be very, very stupid. That could like kill my party. Let's try that. Come on.
There's a flaw in our tactics. Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Yeah. Okay, let's focus on the other one. Let's hope this works out. Already have 2 of our allies down. It's not going too well. Holy smite. Do I I don't think I have any adamantine weapons, right? I mean, I could have found some here. But I don't think so. Mace, dagger. I don't think so. Especially not the newer ones. Anyway, let's hope we don't die. Hoping for the best. Straight to heal. Heal. Let's try to really heal. Also try to use some arrows. Also have a little. Not the midnight ones, but we need them. Other fights. Cold iron ammunition doesn't really do anything, I'm afraid. Oh gosh. We can still do this. After a coughing fit, the warrior wiped the blood from her lips. Her hands moved slightly, without the artificial stiffness you've observed in the behavior of the other enemies here. But her head has been mutilated in the same way as everyone else's. The top of her skull has been removed, the thin barbs of the crown she's wearing go right into her exposed brain. Who are you? I am Kara, chieftain of the Blackwater clan. She regards you with proud defiance. There's no trace of the cold indifference in her eyes that you've seen in the other guards. And you, outsider, have assaulted my home and threatened our great mission. They invited us, and they attacked us. You haven't lost your mind like the other occupants of this place. If you don't resist the circlet, it won't smother your mind. It's tough. Tough to feel someone else's will entering your consciousness. Tough to give up the freedom to control your body. Like a cold hand sinking into your head. Sifting through your thoughts with its slimy fingers. For a moment, the defiant expression fades, and you catch a glimpse of her disgust and fear. But I readily accept this fate. I'm gladly endure any torment as long as it brings us closer to victory. Victory? What exactly is your mission? Kara's voice rings with zealous fervor. I also love that she's still lying down here. To defeat the demons, gathering an army that can march on Is and exterminate the Abyssal spawn. Poor souls like you wander into our camp, become invincible soldiers. Only they are capable of prevailing in this war. No mere mortals, not even the gods themselves can stop the world wound. That means we are mortal kind's last chance. We possess great magical weapons, our bodies no longer know pain, and our hearts know no fear. Our minds are bound by the Master's will and discipline. Cast your blade down at his feet, let him touch you, and you will join with us, the true savior of Golarion. But there were demons there, so she's still fighting alongside them, isn't she? Are they just... Did it start out as a good thing, even though you could like heavily discuss if losing free will and taking people in and mutilate them to fight alongside you is something good. Anyway, why did you attack me? Hundred Face identified you as a threat to the mission. We are executing his command. Your life is unimportant, as are ours. All that matters is the success of the mission. Yeah, I guess it's a computer trying to find the best solution for dealing with the world wound, no matter the cost. That's quite dystopian. Tell me about Hundred Face. There's grief in her eyes, unswerving devotion in her words. Last hope was Sarkorian, a great thinker and strategist. When the demons came and our clan was in its death throes, nobody answered the call. The other clans chose to save themselves, our neighbors turned their back on us, and the gods, even our gods, did not answer, because they were afraid. They hid like cowards. And then Hundred Face came, a stranger from Numeria, who did not know us and owed us nothing. But unlike the others, he was willing to help. He was looking for allies, desperate people who would agree to anything. People like us, The Blackwater clan rejected the taboos of our ancestors, cursed their traitors gods, and accepted the mage's help. Now, with his aid, we will defeat any foe and save Sarkorian. But at what cost? All of them, like, mutilated and controlled and devoid of anything? I mean, once again, there are demons alongside them. I'm very confused that I can't say anything regarding that. But well. 100 Faces destroyed your clan and turned them all into monsters. Don't you see? Gave ourselves up willingly. We had to, and was the first to let myself be crowned with the circles. Yes, it was excruciating and horrifying. When the blades dig into the bone, when the probes sing into the brain. That is when one begins to know true terror. Some surrendered to the fear, and at the last moment they tried to resist, they begged for mercy. The gaze turns gloomy. But we would not allow them to bring shame upon us all. They personally placed circles upon the heads of the doubtful, a heavy, bloody burden that could only be carried by the clan's chieftain. That's really brutal. Yeah, I am very excited to see what Regill says. I guess he will agree. Given the circumstances, that was a highly commendable decision. Of course it was. Wow, Regill. Admittedly, it did not provide any practical benefit to Sarkorian, but you are not at fault for that. You performed your duty in full. I don't know if death is not better than being brain controlled against your will. I mean, isn't that kind of like dying? Or even worse? What exactly are you and 100 Face doing here? We've been building an army. Ordinary mortals can't hope to fend demons off. Our bodies are fragile and our hearts are fickle, ready to betray us at any crucial moment. Nothing of this world could give us the power we needed, but Numerian machines, her voice drops to a whisper, are not of this world, and they are capable of so much more than our pathetic blades and meager magic. My tribesmen became the first volunteers in the ranks of 100 Faces' army, but not the last. Soon we will purge all Sarkorian of the taint, free our brethren from the demon's yoke, and prove that our sacrifice has not been in vain. Well... Sarkorian fell long ago. You're all slaves to a cunning mage, killing in the name of a dead nation. Sarkorian has fallen, but how? That's impossible. 100 Face would have told us. There must be survivors. There must be some resistance. It couldn't have happened. Everything we've done... No, it can't have been for nothing. I refuse to believe you. Because deep down, you know that that was wrong, and you're just looking for reasoning to justify it. The heart-rending scream is filled with hatred and grief. Sarkorian lives, and so do we. Doubtful. The preparations are almost complete, and soon we will drive the accursed demons back into the abyss. Our brethren, suffering under the oppression of the Worldwound, are waiting for us to come to the rescue, and we will. We will. Everything is clear to me now. Kara sneers. How can anything be clear to you? You have only heard our story, not lived it. You don't know our anguish, the pain of our sacrifices. Who do you see before you? A monster? A traitor? So naive. But 100 Face will soon reveal the truth to you. Then you'll understand me. I wonder... I would definitely say that killing her would be a mercy. What I wonder is, like, can we save her if we deal with 100 Face? Or do they kind of all die? Let's try it. I will spare you. She gives you a crooked smirk, then her eyes begin to glow. The light grows brighter, blinding. Because you're weak, I will not spare you. My warriors will gather your remains and bring them to 100 Face so he can make you join us. She jumps to her feet in one impossible, unnatural motion, as if grabbed by an invisible hand. Her eyes are now ablaze with light.
If I survive this, it'll make for a good story.
Hey, let's have a
Pretty
look
good,
and a
huh?
loot around, then sleep. This machine It's like an insatiable but undiscriminating bibliophile, one that greedily absorbs whatever knowledge it can, stores it in its memory. Yet those technological magicians of Numeria seem to be very, very interesting. Also, like all the times I met them, very, very evil, but also interesting.
This is my kind of work.
Brought to life by electricity, this machine clearly has the capacity to think. Its acute senses are gathering information from every corner of the camp. So they know we killed them. But hey, we found a key!
Let's see what we can do.
Okay. Let's have a rest. In the middle of all this blood and corpses. And I think we won't be able to withstand the corruption. Let's have a look.
I never thought I'd find myself fighting shoulder to shoulder with a Hell Knight. To be honest, I'd avoid it if I could.
You lack foresight. A skilled healer and a skilled fighter is an effective combination.
Regill, ever the pragmatic. Yep. Seems that the corruption here is quite strong. Alrighty. Question is the door we can unlock. What? Nope. I gotta say, it would be a little bit easier if the game would just say, like, go here or there, that is that door, because on the map you can't really see... Ah, unlocked. Really see where any door is. More demons. I mean, still, that's like my main... The main thing I don't understand is... How could the chieftain not see that there are demons all around? But I guess maybe it's part of the crown. Glory, just attack.
Retreat is not an option.
You paste this.
This spell's faulty. No, really. Cover me, all right?
Now.
Are you still here? Good guys always win.
Stabby or Zacky? Line up both.
Attacks. And it's insane how many fights there are in general. That's nice that they can't come through it.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough. It's all your fault.
All fine.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
I can still fight.
Try to heal. Alright.
I am here.
Fights are not getting easier.
Here we go. The world has suffered
I actually
enough.
think that's another good reason for those fights, so we get a little bit stronger. Oh. What level are we? 30. Two
I can handle it.
doors. More doors. It's so confusing. Can you open this door? Nope. Open this. Doors. Another one we would need fuel for. Find some fuel here. Huh.
You
Noise.
brought the wrong monk.
Distract them from me.
Begone, fiend! Fall! Your performance is bad.
At least they are not really strong enemies. Ah. Okie dokie. Component for 100 face circlet. Interesting. Can we craft one of the circlets? Could we willingly become part of him? Wonder.
Can't hide from me.
In here? Then let's just go down. So we can open the doors. That one we can. A thorough vans. Also has a circlet. Warrior in a Crusader's Tavar rocks back and forth in a meditative trance. Her mangled head is adorned with the same type of sinister-looking circlet you've seen on the other guards. She issues no menacing demand for you to surrender to 100 Faces' mercy. Instead, she quietly whispers, Iomedae, embolden my spirit before my death. Hey, are you alive? The warrior starts, as if waking up from a deep slumber. She stares at you in surprise. You're not one of the hundreds of Faces' servants. You don't have one of those accursed circlets. Praise Iomedae. I prayed someone would come and help me. Please, end my suffering. There's a mixture of pain and relief in her eyes. What's your name? Athera Vance, corporal in the Mendevian army. Our squads were lured to this place. We were on a forward patrol when we met a man. He told us that a group of slaves had escaped from the demons and taken shelter in this camp. He said he had many wounded who needed help. Once we entered the camp, we had no way of leaving. Yeah, great. For the greater good, they just kidnap people and experiment on them and turn them into slaves. Awesome. Where are your comrades? They have all fallen. When we realized we were trapped, we tried to fight our way to the heart of this compound, but we stumbled upon some magical device that seems to incinerate minds. We had to stop and take up defensive positions nearby. We were holed up there for 2 days while our wizard tried to find a way past it, but those abominations came and picked us off one by one. They deliberately avoided killing us. They just wounded us enough to cripple us. Then, later, the ones they'd come back, with their heads cracked open. She shudders. They didn't recognize us. They carried out someone else's will, shouted someone else's words, but the voices, they were the voices of my friends. When I alone was left, they came for me. I couldn't end their lives. Damn coward. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, and they made me into this. What exactly did they do to you? They cut open my skull and shoved this thing into my head to control me. Then, oh, those saddists knew every flavor of pain. They tore me open and shot their vile machine into my body, then sewed me up just to start tearing at another spot. They sealed my wounds shut, poured some potions to my veins, and made my insides burn. And all the while I could hear him, that voice, that disgusting voice. I mean, that's it. It's bad enough what they do with enslaving people, but like looking at everything, and especially now at her story, it seems like they really enjoy torturing. Her hysterical scream becomes desperate for a lone howl. Through immense force of will, she pulls herself together and starts whispering a prayer to Iomedae. Her breathing slows, some semblance of calm reappears on her face. If they come in on you, do not let them take you prisoner. Kill yourself, and do it so there's nothing left behind for them to use. She casts a look of pure hatred at the machine nearby. There's this, their altar of torment, the thing that maimed me. Now the master of these monsters sends me orders through psionics, and my body keeps trying to obey. These circlets are his reins. I wanted to end his lair and kill him, but the closer I got to him, the harder it was for me to fight against the voice ringing in my ears. Did you manage to resist being possessed? It's quite impressive. She lets out a pained chuckle. It's not easy. His voice enters your mind, and to defy his commands is torture, but I'm a medium, and I'm used to hearing voices in my head. They almost drove me mad as a child, until I learned to quiet them. That's why I joined the Crusaders when I grew up. I prayed to Iomedae for help, and she blessed me with the fortitude I needed. That's why I'm fighting, and why I'll keep fighting this scumbag for as long as I can. He's breaking me bit by bit. But I say strong, because as soon as I give up, Oh yeah, Iomedae, please no. Her eyes widen in fear. The spark of lightning arcs across the spikes of her circlet. A tear runs down her cheek. I don't want to lose myself. It's terrifying. Gods, it's so terrifying. Oh, pure her. The warrior barely manages to fight back a sob. But now you've come, and that means I haven't been holding on in vain. There in that pile of clutter, I hid the relics our squad carried. I was the last, and the others haven't seen the cache, so they couldn't report it to the enemy. Take them all. Relics blessed by Iomedae must never fall into the hands of these monsters. I'll help you. Thank you, but I cannot be saved. I no longer want to live with this abomination in my head, but I cannot get rid of it. I will fry myself from the inside if I try to take it off. There's only one way out, to end it all. If the voice in my ears had quieted down even for a second, I would have done it all myself. So help me. Do it all quickly and cleanly. Oof. Wow, that's... how cruel. I think that's one of the most evil lairs we encountered so far, and yeah. I wonder how much of that is even demonic influence and how much is that Numerian or mage, or just a machine. Gulping, Logan decides to grant the warrior a merciful death. May Iomedae watch over your soul. Thank you. I don't want to hear hit in my head any longer.
Is that a trap?